The heartbreaking royal farewell. King Charles reveals the cherished family hobby he is forced to give up forever following his cancer diagnosis. A ritual that profoundly bonded Diana, William, and Harry. The final curtain call on a generations-old tradition. The weight of the crown and illness, a king's forced sacrifice of personal freedom. King Charles has enjoyed one particular family tradition for years, but after becoming king and following his cancer diagnosis, he revealed those days are behind him. This deeply personal announcement by King Charles III about the abandonment of his beloved annual ski trips is a moment heavy with emotional resonance. It is more than just giving up a sport, it is a profound concession to the severe constraints imposed by both the demands of the monarchy and the fragility of health. The king, at 77, is being forced to sacrifice the very activities that offered him an escape and defined his life outside the gilded cages of royal protocol. King Charles revealed this year he has been forced to give up a much-loved hobby which has been a huge part of the royal family's life for generations. Skiing, for the British royals, was never merely a winter sport. It was a time-honored ritual, a constant fixture in the annual royal calendar, that provided a rare opportunity for bonding away from the unforgiving lens of the press. For decades, the slopes served as a neutral ground where the family could attempt to experience a semblance of normal life, making the king's forced retirement from the activity a poignant symbol of his loss of personal liberty. Skiing as the emotional backdrop, uniting and dividing the family. The history of the royal family's relationship with the Alps is rich with joy, tension, and indelible memories, tracing the lives of the princes from childhood to fatherhood. During his ill-fated marriage to Princess Diana, the couple spent many an annual winter holiday skiing with Princes William and Harry, and the tradition has now been passed down to the brothers' own children. Places like Klosters in the Swiss Alps became synonymous with the young family's attempts at normalcy. The snowy landscapes of Lech in Austria, Diana's preferred destination, are etched forever in the public memory as the setting for both tenderness and conflict. A mother's fierce protection, the psychological weight of public life was palpable even on the slopes. One year, she famously confronted photographers who had been sent to cover their visit to Lech, saying, "As a parent, could I ask you to respect my children's space?" This act captures the essence of Diana's struggle, using the backdrop of a family vacation to fight for her children's fundamental right to privacy. Healing after loss. Even after tragedy, the tradition served as a therapeutic constant. On another occasion in 1998, a year after they lost their mother, William and Harry jetted to the Canadian resort of Whistler with Charles. The familiar routine of the ski slopes provided a stable environment, a form of active mourning and continuity crucial for the young princes coping with the monumental grief of losing their mother. The personal confession, a monarchy's acceptance of frailty. The moment the king revealed his decision was surprisingly candid, stripping away the regal formality. But during an official royal visit to a factory in Middlesbrough earlier this year, 77-year-old Charles told a group of employees he thought his skiing days are behind me. This informal declaration to a group of factory employees, rather than in a formal statement, lends a touch of personal resignation to the news. The king's retirement from the slopes was a pragmatic necessity even before the diagnosis. It's believed his annual ski trips were first cancelled in 2023 due to the possible risk of injury prior to the coronation taking place in May that year. A potential skiing injury would have paralyzed the state machinery in the run-up to the most sacred constitutional ceremony. Following the announcement of his cancer diagnosis in early February of the subsequent year, the activity, with its inherent risks, became completely untenable. For a monarch dedicated to duty, the decision is not just about physical capacity, it's about minimizing risk to the crown. Saying those days are behind me is the king's public acceptance of the body's new limits and the priority of his monumental responsibilities over personal pleasure. The infamous Closters incident, when the microphone betrayed the monarch. The Alps were not always a sanctuary. They once hosted one of the most embarrassing verbal faux pas of Charles' career, exposing the simmering tensions between the then prince and the media. Their trip in March 2005 became more renowned than most, however, when a photo call with Charles, William and Harry made headlines due to an unfortunate microphone issue. Just over a week before he was due to marry Camilla, Charles' mic picked him up discussing the BBC's royal correspondent at the time, Nicholas Witchell, saying, "Bloody people. I can't bear that man. I mean, he is so awful, he really is." This unexpected public display of raw frustration and contempt for a respected journalist was a shocking breach of protocol, reminding the public that even in the serene mountain air, the pressure cooker of royal life and the omnipresent media scrutiny never cease. The incident remains a powerful cultural reference point for the human frustration behind the royal facade. The torch passes. William and Kate embrace the Alpine legacy. While one era ends, the tradition finds vigorous continuity in the next generation, confirming the enduring power of family ritual. Nowadays, the Prince and Princess of Wales love taking their 3 children, George, Charlotte and Louis, on ski holidays, and royal reporter Richard Palmer says, "I'm sure William and Kate will be planning another winter ski break with the kids, because it's something they love doing together." For William and Kate, the slopes are the backdrop for a modern, competitive, and loving family unit. The Prince and Princess are very competitive when it comes to sport, and George, Charlotte and Louis will probably be very accomplished skiers too, as they've had the opportunity to go several times. This competitiveness translates into spirited family time and a commitment to athleticism. Crucially, the Alps hold the romantic origin story of their partnership. In fact, it was first revealed that William and Kate were dating when they were spotted skiing together in Closters in 2004. They were holidaying with a group of friends. 2 years later, they were photographed kissing in the same resort, with the images taking the world by storm and showing it was serious between them. The Swiss Alps witnessed their relationship transition from a tentative courtship to a serious commitment. Trips to Closters and later Verbier, where William whisked Kate away in 2012, cemented the mountains as their personal sanctuary of love and family. King Charles III steps off the skis, but the snow-capped mountains remain the emotional heart and private playground of the royal family, securing the legacy for Prince George, Princess Charlotte,